Hi, today we're looking at the next archery scoring app, and today's one is called Scoring Helper, and this is what it looks like if you're trying to find it on Google, on the Google Play Store. So let's have a look at it. So once you've installed the app, this is what you're first presented with when you get it going. First thing you notice straight away on the bottom is some ads. Now you can remove those ads if you want by going on the top here and then clicking on remove ads. Basically it costs about £2, $2 to remove the ads if they start to annoy you, which isn't too bad, I suppose. Right, while we're in here, we'll just nip to general settings and have a look in here. There's a few to look at. Default arrow diameter, this is basically when you're plotting your arrows, and the panel zoom, you can set that as well when you're plotting your arrows, and the movement of the actual target or panel when you're plotting your arrows as well, you can change that. You can change to a light theme. You can change, save the image width and set the pixel size of the image. You can change the key background, so it says here use when you have white text on white background, so you can use an alternative scorecard color. And finally at the bottom here, which is really nice to see, we've got export database and import database, so it's really easy to export here, and it's just you just click it and it tells you where it's actually put the file when it's importing. You would just import straight away from the same kind of same place as well. So that's it for the settings, so not too much in there. Now here's a round I looked at already. You'll see there's no kind of setup of archers, bows, arrows or anything like that. We're really just concerned about setting up the scoring round in Scoring Helper and just entering the scores. So we're going to go plus, and that's about all you can do in that screen really. So this then allows us to do two things to start with. So we've got the type here. Now we can choose the scorecard, that's just where we're basically entering the numbers, or we can choose the target, so plotting. So we'll look at the scorecard first. Now there are some rounds already in here, but there aren't many, and a lot of them are double rounds, and a lot of the times you probably wouldn't shoot a double round unless it was in a competition. So custom is where you're going to have to go to set up a single 70-meter round or a single 50-meter round, etc, etc. So we're going to go into custom. Now the name can be left empty, but what I'm going to set up here is I'm going to set up a 70-meter round. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to just tick that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add archers. Now I haven't added an archer yet, so I'm going to add a new one. I'm just going to put my name in here. Let's select them. Yeah, so I've done that. Go on then, go away. That's it. So archers, so you could have several archers in here by the looks of it. And then the name of the round, sorry, so 70-meter. I'm just going to put first in there. Let me add loads in there. Okay, and then I'm just going to go back. And then we get to do the target type. So, and in here I'm just going to choose FETA. We can choose field, imperial or NFAA as well. And then the target size, this is just a free entry, so there's nothing to, you can't choose from a list of target sizes, but we're going to go with 12 by 6, and that's it really. You can add another round in there if you want, so really this is just the first round. As soon as you've done that, you're ready to go. So I don't think it even stores the custom rounds at all either, so every time you want to start scoring one, you'd have to actually create one from scratch again, which is a bit time consuming really. It would be nice to be able to sort of store the templates and then choose them again, sort of have your favorites. But anyway, let's go with this scorecard version. So then we come straight into the scorecard, which looks like a kind of a chessboard or checkers board really. So it's got a title that is taken from another screen. It's got my name on here. We can do a few things in here, not a lot, but we've got a few stats, a few averages. What can we do here? We've got notes field here as well. And finally on here we can toggle the shot colours, which I'll show you once I've entered a few scores. And you can save as Excel, which is quite nice actually, because I've tried this out. If I click on that, basically it asks me how I want my table alignment, and then what I can do is I can either just save it straight away, or I can send it and share it. And I sent it as an email, but it didn't go off, so I just basically shared it to my OneNote app, and it appeared in there. And then I could open it, and the actual formatting looked just like it does on screen. Really, it looked pretty good. So each number was in a different cell, so you could actually manipulate it afterwards, or add different titles to it for your own records or anything like that. Anyway, so I'm just going to go back from there. So click on the first box, or use my finger. The number 10 looks a little bit smaller and weird here, just because of the sizing, I suppose, but it's a weird, that's not the same size as all the other numbers. But anyway, and then it will just carry on. You don't even have to hit end or return or anything on the numbers. It will just carry on. So I'm just gonna fill these in. What I did like about this actually, and I'll show you now, see I've put a 6 in first, and if I put another 6, but then I have put a 9 in, watch, yeah, really nice. What it does is it moves the higher score, because you should always enter the higher scores in first, and it's moved them over. So if I do that again, and then I put, actually let's put a 1 then a 10, you'll see it's put the 10 and swap those around, which is really good. Because not all apps do that. Right, so that's taken away now. So that sees that that's finished. I'm just going to toggle, oh hang on, where was it? No idea. I'm going to toggle these shot colours. Oh, there you go. So that's better. So it makes it easier to see when you've got colour coded numbers on here, but obviously you can remove those if you want to. I'd probably leave those on. And then back to the stats now. So we've got our total. It's given us the shot average and the end average, and it's counted up the individual number of individual values I made on there as well. So not bad at all. Just going to go try save as Excel, and I'm not going to send it or share it. I'm just going to hit OK on this one. Oh, so it just saves it to the documents folder on the phone. So it's up to you to then go and retrieve it. Okay, so now I've finished that one, I'm going to come out and go back to the beginning. So if I click on that again, I don't think you can go back in and edit it. Oh, you can. Right, that's good. So let's change that to a 7. Yep, good, great. So I can go back in, I can just put my finger on where I want to change, and I can go and change my scores. Good, so that's good. What should we do next? Right, we're going to add another score, but we're going to do plotting this time. So I'm going to go to a target, I'm going to go custom. Let's do 70 meters again. I'm going to add myself 70 meter first. I keep doing that, don't I? Just need to come off. Feature target size 122. 12 ends, yes I know, 12 ends. Draw target until 1 ring. Compound indoor scoring. Okay. Don't really get what that means. Draw target. Draw target until 1 ring. Oh, I see. So it only shows. So it shows 10 to 1, probably. So that if I change that to say like a 6, we'd only show the first, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 on the score. So we'll show that. We'll keep that as 1 and see if that happens. Great. If I just go back, I'm just going to create just to prove if that's true. Because it's got a scorecard on it. That's why it didn't ask me that question. So I've got to go back now. I'm going to say 6 ring on that one. Oops, 16. And then click go. Yep, exactly right. So it only showed that target from 6 onwards. So that's pretty good. Okay, so I'm not going to fill this one in. I'm going to go back to my first 70 meter. There you go, with the full face. So it says 70 meter title, my name on the top. Let's see if it's got anything different in here. Oh yeah, we can save it as an image this time. So we'll see the plots as well as the Excel. Distance settings. Right, so that's probably the size of the arrows. Toggle the shot colors. Select distance. Okay, so if we've got more than one distance, probably in the round. What does plus do? Nothing that I can see. Okay, well, we can make the target bigger or smaller if we want to fit more rounds on the screen. So no keyboard comes up this time, so we're going to plot. Oh, and we get a zoomed in version, so I've roughly let go. Toggle the shot colors, so we've got that nice colors on it. I don't know why that's not on by default, to be honest. It can be a bit annoying having to change that every time. Right, so we're going to carry on. Put that on the 8. It does change to an 8, but you kind of lose your mouse. But we wouldn't be using a mouse anyway on the app. We'd be using your phone. There you go. So that's one end done. The only downside this time is it's not put the 8 back where I wanted it, but it doesn't really matter because it's letting me deal with the scoring more. So I'll prove that again by going a 5 and then going straight back to a 9. It's probably because it's keeping the arrow order. Change those all to. I thought that plus was going to put pluses on all of the dots, but really what it's done is it's just I think it's trying to just say where the center of my group is, really. Because I can't see what the point is. God, I'm making a lot of dots, a lot of holes in here. Let's keep going. We'll get there in the end. Right, okay. 6, 3, 2. That should have finished it. I think that's trying to tell me that's where the center is. Okay, so we can save that as an image, and then what we can do is we can set the size in pixels and send that off. Brilliant. So that's stored that as well. We'll go and have a look for that a bit later, just see what these score sheets and things look like. So we'll save that as Excel as well, and then we'll go and find that as well. Okay, so that's it. So we've entered our scores, we've got color coding, we've saved the score sheets. That's about it. So I'm going to come back. There we go. So there's no great stats in this at all. It's funny because I could see more stats when I use the scorecard. Oh no, here it is. So this gives me again the same thing as last time really. It gives me the averages and my scoring. So there you go. So is there anything else we can do? Yeah, so we could make those bigger. So that was the default there for the image width that came out if you're going to save a picture of your target face. So you could change that default there. And obviously these are all the zoom settings for the plotting. So if you've got a scorecard, it will show a little grid table, and if you're doing it via plotting, it will show this target face. Target. Let's do this as quickly as possible. Target, 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 target. Yeah, so there you go. 60 centimeter NFAA face. You get a different face there. You get the exact face that you want, which is good. Pity it doesn't show that face there though. Shame it doesn't change the icons. I don't know how many different faces there are in here, to be honest. But we've seen 3 so far. Can you get an 80? Boo. I want target. There's a lot of things to change and keep remembering in order to do the this. Target custom 80. There you go. It's another field type. So there are a few different faces in here, so that's good to see. So that's the end of scoring helper from this end. Now we'll go and have a look at the output of the image and the Excel file. Right, so I've come into my files area on my Galaxy phone, and straight away I can see the scoring helper folder in documents, and it's got 5 documents in it. I did actually, while I was just having a look at this, I just did get the email that I sent myself earlier with the score sheet attached, so it did arrive. It just seemed to take a while. Right, so which one have I put in last then? That one. Okay, so there's the score sheet. This is opening in Sheets, Google Sheets on my phone. I don't have Excel installed at the moment, but it's very similar. So this is what you're going to get out. You get all the numbers out, not color coded, with the end totals on it and the name and the round. So it's fairly simple. Let's just see if it becomes any more. No, it doesn't change depending on any of the data, but there you go. So coming back out of documents, I'm going to go to images, scoring helper 1, so the temp, and this should be, that's a PNG file. Can I open this up? Gallery. And there you go. So it's not included the score sheet part, but it has just included an image of the plots, and you can share that then within your phone or print it out or whatever you want to do. So that's quite good, really. Shame that it sort of didn't overlay some other details on top of the image, possibly like the date, what round it was, what your total score was. That would have probably have helped matters, but I suppose you can add those things yourself if you want to in a paint program or drop into Word or something like that. Great, so that was Scoring Helper. Thanks for watching. If you use Scoring Helper yourself or another app that I haven't spoken about, please let me know and I'll have a look at it, because obviously new ones come out all the time, and the current ones get updated as well, bug fixes or new functionality. So tell me if you use it, tell me if you like it, tell me if you don't like it, how are you getting on with it. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do. Please subscribe below, as it kind of really helps me out, and I'll see you in the next video.